right, another Thursday movement session, low intensity conditioning. We did a little arm pump as well, a lot of mobility, a lot of just moving the body, feeling good. We got everything outside now too, which is in the garage, so a few things will move back, still be moving out there, but it's finally nice to be back out in the garage. Easier to film in here just because of the less sounds, less noise going around, but I'll film as we go out there. Might not be as much talking through that, but I think these days are awesome because it's creativity. It's not just sets and reps and things like that. I think as we get older, people lose sense of that creativity, that imagination. And in that case, then we lose our childlike abilities, our athletic abilities, our reaction, our imagination. That helps us move. That helps us. That's why we're human movers. We're not robots. We can think fast. We can react to something, whether that's in a sport, you're reacting to a ball, reacting to an opponent, reacting to a whistle or a some sort of noise, a sideline, a boundary. You're reacting to all these things, and that's that athletic instinct. And we lose that. That's one of the, I think once we start just focusing on sets and reps and in perfect form, and did I move that right? Did I lift that right? Then that's part of why you lose that athleticism, and that's why regular just bodybuilding or powerlifting is not the answer to being athletic for life. You need to include things like this, your imagination, days like this where you're just moving a lot of the time and having that creativity, that flow, reacting, and just getting inside yourself and how your body moves. I was at the skill and movement conference this past week, and that's a big thing what they're talking about. Now they lose a lot of weird language and jargon and stuff like that. And it was like a debate between the skill acquisition community and just kind of the traditional community, which I don't know. They're both talking a lot of the same thing. They lose different language, they have different priorities, but that's everyone. That's everyone. And I think the people there, most of them agree on more things than they disagree on. But I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on it. You need both. You need skill acquisition, and you need the other stuff is skill acquisition too. Speed is skill acquisition. Strength training is skill acquisition. You need that. You need that stuff. But combining them and finding that happy place, like Happy Gilmore, or like Chubbs Peterson says in Happy Gilmore, find that happy place that works for your certain situation. I think that's what they didn't really talk about there. Is everyone's their certain situation. You got to build for the person in front of you. You got to do what's right for them to get it right. You don't have to be right. That's one of my philosophies. I got that from Tim Riley, and it's just a good overall philosophy as a coach. You got to get it right for the athlete, the client, the person in front of you. Not, I don't have to be right. If I'm wrong, then so be it. But again, getting back to that creativity, it is so important. So like, just again, important for how you move in one, because anyone can tell you, oh, you know, swell, like put your knees out, what are they? But let's learn how to feel what your body's doing there in this movement, in this pattern, when you're in a certain situation, because we got to be problem solvers. We can't look to someone else for all the answers. That's just not a good way to get through life. You got to be able to solve problems, whether it's a movement problem or just a everyday life problem. So it helps create people who think for themselves, move efficiently, move fluidly, and just overall feel better. And then you're more athletic in turn with that. So today we're gonna go jump rope. We're gonna get our crawl conditioning in. We'll get our tumbling, our rings. We'll get some arm pump, and then just some regular mobility as well. So good overall fun day. A lot of movement, a lot of variety. Not really sets and reps, more just times. And in those times, you're gonna move your body. So in different ways, I'm gonna try and do a better job of that for myself. Because even if I find myself with the crawls, getting into a certain pattern of doing this one and that one, this one more, it's gonna be more just moving around today. I think we might throw in a balloon hit that up because that adds that flow. You gotta react to the balloon. So I love reactionary stuff. It keeps you on point, keeps you upbeat and more energetic, and you can't just coast through the motions. So having intent on these days is important too. It's not to go with balls to the wall, but it's to feel yourself move and flow and figure out why you're doing a certain thing, why your body is doing this, what feels good for your body, what doesn't feel good, where you can push the range of motion, where you might need some work, that type of stuff. So that's what we have on tap for today. And let's get to work and continue that journey to being an everlasting athlete.